What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, a news recap. Haven't done one of these videos in a couple weeks. I intend to do them one video a week, but I don't know, the last 2 weeks I just kind of got a little behind with some duties in my personal life, and then videos in terms of news and just other topics that came up that just got in the way. But from here on out, I'm going to make more of an effort to do these news recap videos weekly. So let's get right down to it. This first thing here, we have some more Rise of the Beast concept art 2 years later from artist Eddie Del Rio on his Instagram account. And he shared some of Stratosphere. And this looks pretty cool. I mean, I prefer what we got in the final cut of the movie. It just looks a bit more, I guess you could say, Transformer-y, you know, something like this reminds me of something that you would see in, like, I don't know, some sort of video game like Titanfall or man, what was that one video game from like 2014? It kind of reminds me of more of like a sci-fi video game robot more than like a transformer, if that makes sense. But this is still really cool, you know. That big cannon on his one arm is sick. And then this is kind of reminiscent of Hound, the more fatter interpretation here. Reminds me of Hound from Age of Extinction, which is pretty cool. I mean, these are cool. I mean, I don't mind if they ever did use these in a future movie for a different character. But for Stratosphere and Rise of the Beast, I do prefer the final design that they went with in the movie. We have a first look at a Hasbro Asia exclusive gift set, or multiple gift sets. We have a Studio Series Optimus Prime and Megatron, limited to 300 units. Priced 919 yuan, or yuan, I don't know how you pronounce that. That is approximately $128.95 USD. Comes in a special box, a Transformers 40th anniversary hat included as a free bonus. And then there's Age of the Primes Superion, limited to 200 units, priced 1,199 yuan or yen, which is $168.23 approximately USD. Comes in a special box. A G1 Devastator badge is included as a free bonus. And then there's the Studio Series Devastator itself, limited to 1,000 units, priced 1,402 yuan, with $196.09 USD approximately. Includes a special trolley case. So these are pretty cool, you know. Nothing too like amazing or anything, but you know, they're cool stuff if you want like these limited run exclusive gift sets that they do every so often. But not much to talk about here, just cute little stuff here for the hardcore fans out there who like to get in on this stuff. We had the recent Japan Model Hobby show that happened a few days ago at the time of this recording, and they showed off some good stuff. You know, we saw the Overgear Ironhide and Blackout, which look amazing. I am more than likely going to be getting those. It's just going to depend on the timing of everything and the price of these things. I'm hoping they're not more than $200 per Overgear figure, but I don't know. I would love for it to be a little cheaper, like $150, but you're gonna have to wait and see. This is Dakar we're talking about here. We have the Evangelion Optimus collab, which isn't too shabby. They showed off some of the upcoming 2026 Age of the Primes and Studio Series stuff. They showed off a missing Link Delta Magnus. They showed off the MPG Soundwave and Optimus on display, and the cherry on top, basically they showed off in-hand physical gray model prototype of MPM and ROTF Sideswipe, which has been causing a little bit of a stir in the community. I'm gonna be doing a separate video on that at some point soon here, but to me, I think it looks pretty good. Sure, he's a little bit chunky, but they gotta, you know, figure out how to do the car mode and the robot mode in a physical toy somehow, so I can't really knock them too much for that. And continuing the Rise of the Beast concept art, Blitz from Eddie Del Rio on his Instagram account. We have Scourge here. These are interesting, you know, you got him with wings, you got more of like a hellish vibe, devil, demon sort of thing going on with him, more so than his final design even in the movie. It would have been actually cool to see these wings. I wouldn't have minded if these made an appearance in the final cut of the movie as a flying character. It would have been kind of badass if Battle Trap and Scourge had wings similar to Nightbird and similar to what we're seeing in this concept art here. But obviously they didn't go with that. But either way, this was looking like it could have been even crazier than the final design we got. Some of these are a little bit too off-brand from Transformers. They look a bit more like some mech anime from like Evangelion or Pacific Rim or stuff like that. Not really too Transformery. But then a lot of these too look just right up the alley of that Rise of the Beast Terracon aesthetic, and it's so cool. For all you third-party lovers out there, myself included, for TFCon Chicago 2025, there's going to be an exclusive Fans Hobby Helmsman. This is brought to you by Chosen Prime and Fans Hobby, and the price is going to be about $280, limited to 600 pieces worldwide. And this is G1 Skyquake, right? Yeah, I've been seeing images of this the last couple days, and I don't know, this isn't really something that I'm really looking to track down. If it was more of like a faithful Skyquake, don't get me wrong, redoing him in the features and design cues of Overlord is a really cool idea for Skyquake, and it actually kind of fits his character a little bit from G1. But I don't know, just something about it I'm just not like jumping at the bits to get as soon as it hits eBay. And plus, I'm still trying to get Machine Wars Soundwave and the Energon Rodimus, or Pseudo Armada / Cybertron Rodimus, if you want to do a fan fiction with that. And I'm still trying to track down some other stuff with me recently getting into the third-party masterpiece scene. So this isn't high on the list, but I don't know, maybe at some point I might want to snag this up, because it does still look really cool. And to top off this news roundup video, we had New York Comic Con close to 2 weeks ago at the time of this recording, about a week and a half ago. And we had some interesting reveals, nothing too insane. We did know about the Timelines 2-pack, we did know about the Skybound Optimus. It was rumored for a few months, and all the other stuff on display was revealed at past conventions and live streams. So not a whole lot, but the Timelines 2-pack was obviously new. We'd never seen it before we got the listing of it, and it's pretty cool. Optimus is definitely the standout of this 2-pack. If I were to get it, I would probably enjoy Optimus the most, but I don't know. Maybe if I do pick this up next year, I would end up liking Starscream. I'm just kind of sick of the Kingdom Air Razor engineering on some of these deluxe bird bots the last few years. It just looks a bit boring compared to Optimus. But for $60, not too bad. Is some new ideas that I've been craving for within Hasbro Transformers for a while now. So I just might get this. It does look pretty solid of a 2-pack. And Skybound Optimus, I've talked about this guy a couple times in recent videos over the last week and a half. He's $80. Only comes with the blaster, Matrix of Leadership, and the fusion cannon that's removable. And yeah, this isn't worth almost Commander Class price at $20 above Leader Class. He should have been $60, should have been Leader Class. There's really nothing warranting him being more than $60. But otherwise, besides the bloated price and him missing some key paint apps to kind of differ himself from the G186 Optimus and the Skybound Universe version, like the battle damage and the extra details or whatever that are missing on this figure, it's pretty solid. He's got the new head sculpt. Obviously, the Megatron arm is a huge draw with that brand new sculpted fusion cannon that looks way better than the one that came with 86 Megatron a few months ago. So, if you want to get this, go right ahead, but I'm definitely going to be passing on this. I'd rather get the knockoff version of this that came with way more accessories, and it's also a little bit cheaper if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that about does it for all the news recaps that I wanted to cover in this video. Let me know down below which piece of news so far this month has been your favorite, that really got the dopamine hit in your little brain going this month. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye.